Hey, it's Tom here from Oakenspore. I thought I'd make a quick video just showing you guys what I'm doing to increase the efficiency in my incubation room and bring the temperatures down in my fruiting chamber in the front here. It's end of January here, it's the middle of summer, so the days have been getting quite hot. She's probably going to push maybe 30 today. She's been over 30 the last week or so, which is about nearing 90 degrees for you Americans. So I have been struggling to really keep the temps down. The temperatures in my incubation room sort of in the middle of the day will hit sort of 22 and they'll sort of float around there as the air conditioner tries to compensate, and it just can't, unfortunately. And I'll take you through why that specific air conditioner is unable to do that. And I'll take you through what I'm doing to change that. As I said, the temps in the front room, the fruiting chamber, have been getting very hot as well, so I've actually shut that down until I can get an air conditioning unit servicing that as well to bring those temps down. What I have spent the last couple of weeks doing as well is building this big roof. So this runs right down my outdoor concreted area, and this gives me a bit of shade from the wind, the rain, the sun, and a place to work outside, so I don't have to, I'm not always confined inside the garages. Obviously I ran out of room to work in there, and so this was a sort of mandatory. I'd done that all myself with the help of my mum's partner. He's a builder. The cost was pretty negligible really, maybe 2,200 to do that, and that's 30 odd square metres of roofing there, so it's a good outdoor area to work in. But I'll take you through now the incubation room, and I'll take you through what I've done, what I'm doing right now to increase the efficiency. So you can see the temperature now is just pushing over 30. It's about 86, I suppose. So the day is warming up. It is only 11:15 in the morning, so I think by 2 or 3 we'll be over 30. So I'll take you through the room now. If we get into here, you can see my Inkbird controller here. So it's picking up 21 degrees, and I want the room, I've set it to 18.8. So that from now on for the rest of the day, that's probably not going to be able to get it down to that 18, and it's going to be struggling the whole time. One of the reasons for this is the air conditioning unit, which I didn't buy this for the room, I had this already. I had it to actually call a Bitcoin mine, which I ran. This air conditioning unit here, it's portable, and so what it does is it actually pulls in the air from inside the room. It then breaks the air. So it runs some through the cooling system, and it pumps the cold air out the front, that's nice and cold, and it pumps the hot air out the back to outside. Now the problem with this is that it creates a negative pressure in this room because it's pumping quite a substantial amount of hot air out of the room. That air that gets pumped out needs to be replaced with new air coming into the room. And because of that, it sucks air from around the door, around the cracks. It sucks air in anywhere it can. And if the outside temperature is 32 degrees, then basically it's sucking in 32 degree air. And this is then trying to cool that 32 degree air. So this is not efficient for cooling this room. What this can be used for is cooling a fruiting chamber, because I can actually have it outside the fruiting chamber. I'll vent this here straight into the chamber, and then when I need the chamber cooled, this takes air from outside and just pumps cold air in. And this doesn't actually need to be in the fruiting chamber, so it's not subject to the real high humidity conditions, which will make it obviously probably rust out pretty quickly or get damaged pretty quickly. So this can sit outside the fruiting chamber in a dry environment and just pump the cold air in when I need it. What I have replaced it with is this. Now this is another Gree air conditioning unit. This is more powerful. It still runs off single phase, 10 amps from the wall, which we run in New Zealand. And you can see the front of it down here. So this is going to be mounted on this step which I've made here, and I've framed out the wall properly. So I've framed out the wall. I've already purchased some new steel cladding for it. So this here will be mounted on here, sticking in, and then I'll put the metal cladding all around it. Now the benefit to this here is it actually doesn't break the air in half and pump it out. You can see my one inside, that's actually pumping out cold air, to actually blow dust around with. Sorry, not cold air, hot air, quite hot. This one doesn't do that. You can set it so it pulls in fresh air, but what it does is it keeps the inside air circulating around and the outside air separate. So all it's doing is cooling the inside air. It's not actually pumping any inside air to the outside, which creates a negative pressure in the room and forces the room to have to pull in warm air from the outside. So once I get this in there, then I can really keep the cold air in that room confined and just cool down the already cold air, not like this one, which has to obviously cool the air but then break it off, sucking more hot air into the room. So I'm going to get this up here today. We'll get onto that now and we'll show you soon once it's done. So we have it in and running. So I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. I actually had to chisel away a section of wood underneath to get this pipe through. This is a drain pipe, and they put it in a really silly spot sort of in the corner with a plastic like a mount that goes to it, which actually stuck about that far into the wood, so I had to chisel a big chunk out. But yeah, she's working away here. The room had got to about 27 degrees in the time it took me to put that in, and you can actually feel the heat coming off this. It's very hot. So if we go in the room, still a bit of polystyrene around, but there she goes there. Now that's pumping out really cold air, 16 degree air, and that's just connected to my Inkbird controller along the roof. Now that controller, when that controller turns off and on, what's good about this unit is, and my other one was the same as Gree, is it just saves the settings, so it just keeps flicking itself back on to exactly how you left it before. It doesn't, if you turn it off and on, it doesn't like reset to like 20 degrees or something. So I just set that to 16, and once this room's cold enough, my Inkbird controller will turn it off and then turn it back on as required. I've got a power meter now on here, so I'm actually going to see how much it costs. So that's drawing 1400 watts there, 1445. Cost so far is 4 cents. On that total price there, 9 cents. So it's taken 9 cents, and it's been running for sort of 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So that's the new air conditioning unit in the incubation room. Hopefully that gives me a bit more control, a bit more finer tuning control over the temperatures in there. That other one, as I said, just struggled to keep up. That other one is going in my fruiting chamber, so I'll do another video about mounting that in there as well. And if you can, subscribe to my channel. I'm starting this, and I'm going to record, obviously, building a mushroom business, and subscribing to my channel will help me out a lot. I think at the time of making this video, I've got 4 subscribers. With one's my sister and one's my partner, so yeah, every single subscriber helps. Cheers.